Tired of best-of lists that are too generalized and always regurgitating the same old titles? Here to change things up, it's time for a new installment of
Super Specific Top 5.
Since the early days of transcribing basic programs from computer magazines, there has always been a certain subset of gamer who looked at the process of making games and thought, hey, that looks like fun. Unless you were a hardcore nerd, learning a computer language to translate your dreams into pixelated reality was more than a little daunting. Luckily, over the years, there have been many user-friendly tools to guide us in this process. Some of them were even games themselves. Here are the top 5 games about making games.
Number 5.
Little Big Planet. The series, which began on the PlayStation 3, follows the adventures of Sackboy as he traverses 2D platforming levels filled with puzzles and obstacles while collecting bubbles. From the beginning, there has been a strong emphasis on user-generated content as evidenced by the series' tagline, Play, Create, Share. The creation tools are powerful with a potentially daunting variety of options. There are tons of switches, joints, sensors, connectors, and even logic gates to make every object in your level do exactly what you want them to. Each object can also be your creation, using a variety of different shapes, decorations, and stickers. The tools are so powerful, you can even completely change the rules of the game and turn the platforming game into an arcade, racing, or puzzle game of your own design. From the charming feel to the powerful level editor, it's no surprise why this series has become a hit.
Number 4.
Drawn to Life. While game editing systems such as Little Big Planet or Super Mario Maker are more oriented to constructing the design of the course you will play on, Drawn to Life for the Nintendo DS is focused on hacking the graphics within a pre-designed game. Your first task is designing your main character, which is overlaid onto a bare-bones mannequin. From there, you launch into a familiar 2D platforming game. Because this is a game about making a game, it puts the gameplay first and doesn't front-load with a bunch of graphics to create. Instead, it incrementally asks you to fill in the blanks as you go along, with the objects you had designed previously continuing to make appearances throughout the game. Overall, it's a very cute game, unless you draw dicks on everything, in which case it's kind of pervy.
Number 3.
ZZT, or ZZT, is the humble first shareware project by Tim Sweeney for his fledgling company that would become Epic Games. Things were kept simple and accessible by limiting the visuals to ASCII-based graphics.
Whoa, nice graphics! I'd like to get my hands on that game.
The Town of ZZT game that shipped with this was a fun and challenging mix of puzzles and arcade action. Where ZZT really shines is in the huge amount of user-created worlds produced by the gaming community. Sweeney made the smart business move of including the game editor in the free version of the shareware. It's been said that to create great artwork, you have to highly constrain yourself, limit the tools you can use, limit the media you're working with, and then just do the best you can do from there. Sweeney feels that ZZT is really the ultimate expression of that. It's such a weird, constrained environment. There's a certain set of things that you can do, so it's really flexible and interesting. Everyone who played ZZT may not have gone on to a career in game design, but I'll bet they at least considered it.
Number 2.
Super Mario Maker. For many years, creating customized Mario levels remained exclusively in the hands of Nintendo or talented ROM hackers. Now, with Super Mario Maker for Wii U, anyone can step into Miyamoto's shoes and create their own level. This is the sort of game that really makes good use of the Wii U's tablet controller. Users have tended to make them either super easy, i.e. you just run to the right and watch as the level nearly plays itself, or ultra hard. They've also made homages to other video games, and some have come up with neat twists such as turning the game into a shmup, creating a password checkpoint system, maze levels, racing levels, etc. Some have even tried to make normal levels that you might even find in an actual Mario game. Mario is the perfect storm of iconic character with levels that are quick and easy to make while still managing to be fun and gratifying to play through.
Number 1.
WarioWare D.I.Y. Wario may have originally been created as a foil for Mario, but he has since spawned many of his own games, most notably the WarioWare series. These games are presented as a gauntlet of microgames where you have to perform a small action in each one successively as the pace gets steadily increased. With WarioWare D.I.Y for the Nintendo DS, players were granted the tools to create their own microgames. This included graphics and music editing tools that were strongly reminiscent of Mario Paint. These tools could also be used to create comic strips and create longer music recordings. For me, the main draw was the game creation tool. I loved the challenge of trying to push the limitations of the game-making tool to create my own microgame versions of some of my favorite classic video games such as Berserk, Joust, Punch-Out, as well as my own creations. Unfortunately, Nintendo shut down their Wi-Fi connection service in May 2014, which cut off the means by which the online community could share their creations. Now, this tragedy might be enough to discourage some from trying this game, which would be a mistake, or at least cause you to question why I didn't bump this lower down my list. So why do I still keep it as my number one? Because WarioWare has that magical combination of unlimited possibility paired with a severe limitation that forces you to be even more creative. Because the games you made were just microgames, you could actually finish them. Something that people with a natural tendency towards laziness, such as myself, could definitely appreciate. I'm G-Type, and thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, and comment this video.